Hey there, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I'm Shauna, your counseling astrologer. Welcome to your astrology session on the sign of Cancer. So I wanted to chat with you about the sign of Cancer today because very shortly the sun will be moving into the sign of Cancer and we'll have a new moon in Cancer. And so I wanted to sort of channel the Cancerian energy and talk to you a little bit about how to work with this energy, not just if you have a planet in Cancer or a point in Cancer, but also how to connect with this type of energy any time of year, and then also related to the area of life that it is within your birth chart, within your natal chart. So when I talk about this, I think this is so important to think about the chart not just as a list of like different points and planets. I think that can be helpful. And you have the sign of Cancer somewhere in your birth chart. So even if you don't have a planet in Cancer, even if you're like Shauna, I have 0 Cancer, I have 0 water in my chart, you still have Cancerian energy in your chart because it rules a house. And that house represents an area of your life. And then, so this means that Cancer informs that area of your life. And it also means that your moon is connected to that area of life, regardless of what your moon sign is in. So for example, let's say that that your 9th house is ruled by Cancer. But then let's say your moon itself is in the sign of Leo. So this would mean that since Leo comes after Cancer, this would mean that your moon in Leo would be in the 10th house, and then you would have Cancer ruling the 9th house. So this would mean that the symbols of Cancer, which I'll speak more about in a moment, the symbols of Cancer are really tuned in your 9th house. So the area of life that rules higher education like college and university kind of education, religion or spiritual beliefs, teachers, mentoring, travel, culture, and exploring big ideas. Anything around teaching, learning, speaking, expanding your awareness. Spiritual experience as well. This is all 9th house stuff. So for you, if you have Cancer ruling the 9th house, there's a Cancerian kind of flavor to those areas of life for you, and your moon is connected to that. So even this hypothetical example of a person with their moon in Leo in the 10th house, their career, 10th house, is going to be influenced by Leo, by moon and moon things. So moon as a planet is associated with cycles and rhythms and ritual and caretaking and health, the physical body. It's very much a symbol of healing and also emotional processing, just to name a few. And this example, this person with the moon in the 10th, their moon connects back to the 9th house because the 9th house is ruled by Cancer, thus it's ruled by the moon. So this means that all the 9th house things are going to be sort of a component of that person's career and their emotional temperament, how they find stress relief and management and their most primal emotional needs. And so it's like a mixture. And then, like we're not even looking at, it's like when you look at one thing in the chart, everything pulls. So like the moon could have aspects to it and things like this. So I want you to find out what house rules, say that again. I want you to find out which house in your chart is ruled by Cancer. And if that feels confusing, you know, leave me a comment, ask me, and, you know, maybe I can help you, or you can Google it too. There's lots of different chart calculators. I use whole sign houses, and that makes things a lot simpler. So that's an easy place to start. I also want to mention here, what else did I want to say here? Yeah, so find out which house in your chart is ruled by Cancer, and then this will give you an idea of the transit of the sun moving through this sign, the transit of the new moon that's happening, and then also this area of your life where there's a Cancerian kind of energy. So Cancer is a symbol of, has very similar symbolism to the moon. Cancer is this energy of gestation, of creation, of nurturing something to make it grow into something in a very rapid kind of manner. Cancer is a cardinal sign, so that means that it's about initiating, it's about movement, it's about the beginning of a cycle. And it has this like very strong leadership component to it. I know we don't normally think of Cancer energy as leadership kind of energy, but it is this more kind of like soft leadership, so to speak. And there's this tone of taking care, of caretaking, of fostering growth, and really of healing, of integration, and healing through connection, healing through bonding, and healing through comfort also. Cancer is also very much associated with emotional processing and mirroring and validation and empathy. Now, these are all positive symbols, right? So some of the more challenging symbols around Cancer are, it can manifest as like wanting other people to take care of you. And at a more extreme level, that could be like a victim kind of mentality, or like learned helplessness, where it's like the world feels so overwhelming that it feels more comfortable to allow someone else to be responsible or to have power or control over you. And I want to make sure that this isn't construed to judge or shame someone when they are in a position that is marginalized. That is not what this is about. When I'm talking about this, it's more of like a person feeling like they don't have the autonomy that is there. And so this can be very subtle. This can be like allowing other people to make decisions for you when you have the full capability to do that. It can also look like over caretaking for others. Sometimes this is referred to as codependence, and I think that's a loaded term, so I almost hesitate to use that because it has such a negative connotation. But in brief, codependence is anytime it's a behavior where a person feels responsible for other people's feelings, actions, or behaviors. And so we can't control what other people feel. We can't control how other people act. And when a person is having codependent behavior, that's when they feel responsible for someone else's feelings in like a very extreme way. And so this is like the shadow or the problematic side of Cancer, is that there can be a tendency to want to overgive, to want to really help and care and nurture and support. But doing that in excess creates like resentment and frustration and a lack of vitality, really. Yeah, so those are some of the challenges. And I think a part of that too is that Cancer is a softer, more passive kind of energy. Cancer is not as comfortable with confrontation usually, as maybe some of the other signs. And so this is where that kind of dynamic of like overgiving and not setting boundaries can happen. And frankly, boundaries and overgiving is one of the challenges for most, for all of the water signs, really, to some extent. You know, it's water. It's, you know, it needs containment and to feel that support. So these are all of the themes. So I want you, as I'm talking about this, I want you to notice if there's anything that that really resonates with you, again, for better or worse. And look at the house that this is containing, the house that contains this kind of energy for you. And another layer of this is paying attention to the time of the month when the moon transits through Cancer, that this is something that you can experience in sort of a cyclical kind of motion. And you can notice, and you can even tap into this and be very intentional about when you want to initiate more caretaking for yourself and more nurturing for yourself, and ask what you need. Ask for what you need when you need it. And where is there like more nurturing that needs to happen in your life for you? Where would you feel, where and how would you feel comforted? So I would love to hear from you on how this resonates. And if you want to get a little deeper into this and work with your chart in more detail, you can contact me for an astrology reading. And I'm hosting a new moon circle this month on Tuesday, June 28th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So this will be a small group new moon circle where we will work with the new moon in Cancer, and each person will get a brief individual reading for the new moon, particularly for this lunar cycle and how it's affecting based on your particular chart. So I hope to see you there. I hope to connect with you more. You can find more information on my website, shaunamcgrath.com. And until next time, I am wishing you lots of love, health, and safety. Bye for now.